Welcome everybody to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, where we've got a big noisy old crowd here. A big following for Mexico as they take on Australia in a preparation game for the upcoming FIFA World Cup, which starts in round about 10 days now. Mexico will have the honour of playing the curtain raiser in that tournament on home territory against South Africa. So exciting times, both of these sides looking to continue their preparation, and places in the squad up for grabs here tonight. So I can't imagine there'll be anything too friendly about this one. Both teams will be looking to go well. The team news is in. The teams are just coming out of the tunnel, which is in the corner here, way to our right hand side. We are in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, and the lineups are as follows. Head coach Javier Aguirre for Mexico has gone with, in goal is number 1, Raul Orangel. Number 20 is Mateo Chavez. Number 24, Luis Chavez. Number 5 is Johan Vasquez. 2, Jorge Sanchez. Number 4 is Edson Alvarez. 7 is Luis Romo. Number 8, Alvaro Fidalgo. Number 10 is Alexis Vega. 22, Guillermo Martinez. And 17 is Oberlan Pineda. And for the visitors, head coach Tony Popovich has named number 1 in goal is Matty Ryan. Number 5 is Jordan Bosch. Number 26 is Lucas Harrington. 19 is Harry Suter. Number 3 is Alessandro Siccarti. 13 is Aidan O'Neill. Number 8 is Connor Metcalf. 22 is Jackson Irvine. 23 is Jacob Italiano. Number 7 is Matthew Leckie. And number 9 is Mohamed Toure. Substitutes for Mexico are Degane, Riles, Boyle, Krustik, Irankunda, Izobehic, Geria Beach, Velipele, Chewin and Mobile. They are the Australian substitutes. And we've got no subs in yet for Mexico. I'll have to bring you the substitute list when we get them. I think it's obviously just the rest of the squad is why. But no official substitute list for Mexico. But not to worry. Round about a minute from kick-off, the teams have joined us. It's a warm evening here in Pasadena, as you'd imagine, as Mexico preparing for that game against South Africa. They also have South Korea, Czechia in that group too. The group Mexico are favourites to win. Perennial World Cup appearances for Mexico. 1990 was the only one in recent memory that they missed after some sporting controversy about underage players, if you remember that. In 1990 they did make it to the round of 16, where the curse seemed to be for 7 consecutive tournaments before an absolute disaster in Qatar in 2022 when they didn't make it out of the group. Javier Aguirre back for his 3rd stint as the national team manager. The Socceroos always give a good account of themselves. They always seem to play more than the sum of their parts in a FIFA World Cup. They've ran France, Argentina, the Dutch, amongst others, close in recent times. And facing host USA, Turkey and Paraguay will fancy their chances of making it through to the round of 16 here. Just about to get underway then. Mexico get us underway. Early chance there for Johan Vasquez with the shot off target. Mexico still on the attack here. Ball's going to drop for Luis Romo, centre of the penalty area. Australia under a little bit of early pressure. Still with Mexico, Australia struggling to get this one away. first really big chance of the game, and it's tipped over the top from Matty Ryan. It was a good save. Good ball into the penalty area, backwards header from Martinez. And Matty Ryan backpedaling, just helped it over his own crossbar. Sharp save from the keeper. It's going to be another corner kick to Mexico, left-hand side. Luis Chavez, left-footed, swings it in. It's cleared away by Matthew Leckie at the near post. Out for a throw-in far side. Mexico build again from the back. Johan Vasquez. Rolled out with his left-hand side. Mateo Chavez. Mexico forced back to Raul Rangel, the goalkeeper. Very disciplined unit, this Australian side. Mexico still have it, central area. This time it's Luis Romo who comes deep to collect. It's the Vasquez. Vasquez onto his skipper Alvarez. Jorge Sanchez. Ball played over the top of Harrington. In behind was Luis Romo, who made a forward run. He slides and digs out the cross, but big Harry Suter puts that one behind. It's going to be another corner to Mexico. Mexico made all the running so far, as you'd assume. Australia, stubborn opposition. Very much going to form this one. Corners are right footed away, swinger. Headed goal with off the post, and it's 1-0. Mexico have got the first goal. It's a downward header. In off the post, set piece. And it looks like work out who that is. I can't see who's got the header. Oh, it's the big defender up from the back. It's a really good downward header. Johan Vasquez. Corner from the right hand side. We're about 7 yards out. Johan Vasquez used the pace on the ball, guides it in off the far post. .28 minutes on the clock here. Johan Vasquez with the goal. Just a second international goal for Vasquez. And this is 45th Mexican appearance. And it's Mexico 1, Australia 0. The locals enjoyed that here around the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Can Australia respond? Mexico just about deserving of that goal, you'd suggest. In the better side. Rangel clears as Australia try to respond. Mexico have it back. Ball back with Jorge Sanchez. The goal scorer is now in possession, Vasquez. Out to Jorge Sanchez. Edson Alvarez. Tries to put a foot on it, has to go back to Rangel. Mexico just pinned in their own half of the pitch at the minute. Australia trying to get a high press on. Switched out to the left-hand side though, and Luis Chavez. Mexico have moved this around well. Chavez goes down the line. Finds Mateo Chavez. Alexis Vega. Mexico absolutely farming possession here. Had round about 80% possession in the opening half an hour. Ball with Luis Chavez, left-hand side. Midway inside the Australian half. Little 1-2 attempted. Hurried clearance from Australia. Picked up again on the left-hand side by Luis Chavez. He swapped passes with Alexis Vega. Alexis Vega dropping deep to get on the ball for Mexico. Goes sideways across the field. Rolls it to Edson Alvarez. Moved on one more to Jorge Sanchez. Back to Alvarez. Australia just chasing shadows at the moment as Luis Chavez goes with the long pass all the way back to his goalkeeper Raul Rangel. Then we've played 31 minutes here. It's Mexico 1, Australia 0. Long ball forward down this left hand side. Oh, there's a foul. Sakati has just cut off Mateo Chavez. I see a yellow card here as well. Alessandro Sakati picks up a yellow card. First one of the evening. Chavez took the ball on his chest. Inside Sakati, and Sakati just took him off. Sorry, it's not Sakati, it's Italiano who's gone into the boot. Jacob Italiano, sorry. So yellow card with the number 23 for the Socceroos. Free kick to Mexico. Last set piece was a goal. This one's a save at the near post. Point blank save as well from Matt Leckie, from Matt Ryan. Ball into the near post was a flicked header. And then the final touch is Guillermo Martinez. Pretty close range. And it was saved by the chest of the Australian goalkeeper. With 32 minutes on the clock, we are going to have a hydration break here in Pasadena. Mexico leading by a goal to nil. 85% possession for El Tricolor in the opening half an hour. 10 shots, 2 on target. Just the one shot from the Aussies was not on target. Mexico with 5 corners to 0 from Australia. 2 saves in there for Matty Ryan. A couple of other international friendlies took place ever so slightly earlier on. Ecuador beat Saudi Arabia 2-1. 2 teams who will be at the World Cup. And South Korea, who will face Mexico in Group A. South Korea are 4-0 up against Trinidad and Tobago. Heung-min Son, the former Tottenham man, has got 2 goals there for South Korea. Hwang Hee-chan is also on the score sheet, and Cho Gui-sung has got 2. It's 5-0 now to South Korea. And they will definitely provide a lively opponent for Mexico in that group, alongside Czechia and the opponents for the first game of World Cup 2026, South Africa. The rematch of the first game back in 2010. which finished as a 1-1 draw. Australia have the USA, Turkey and Paraguay to contend with. So all very exciting. Hydration break just about completed here. Javier Aguirre and Tony Popovic giving a few more instructions to their sides. About to resume. Mexico leading 1-0 through that 28th minute Johan Vasquez header. And we're going to resume with a free kick to Australia on the edge of their own penalty area, which is knocked long by Matty Ryan. At the left hand side, two players battle forward. Australia thought they had a throw in. Conor Metcalf thought the ball was his, but it has gone the way of Mexico. Back into the feet of Edson Alvarez. Alvarez just gives it straight to Vasquez. Again, patient build up from Mexico. A lot of possession tonight. One of the reasons they play these all kind of different teams in these friendlies, just to get the feel against different kinds of opposition. And this team, like Mexico, like Australia, that will let you have possession, be valuable opponents in doing that. Mexico coming forward now. Shot from Martinez. Decent effort. Blocked. Mexico have it back. Fidalgo just drops it back in to Sanchez, and Sanchez goes back to his goalkeeper Rangel. Rangel in two-tone, kind of purple and blue tonight, we'll see. Gives it back out to Vasquez. It's Alexis Vega who's been credited with the assist for the goal, by the way. Corner kick taker. Jorge Sanchez is again going to go back to Rangel. Australia trying to put some pressure on this Mexican backline. And she's knocked along by Luis Chavez. Aerial challenge is won by Aidan O'Neill, and Australia will have a throw in right down on the halfway line beneath us here in the Rose Bowl. Speaker Field. Throw is in the hands of Jacob Italiano. Lecky battles on the floor, loses out though. Mexico have it back. Alexis Vega, little 1-2, but good industry from Australia until the referee calls a halt and gives a free kick to the Mexicans. Foul was committed by Jackson Irvine. Very much the veteran, or one of the veterans, alongside Matty Ryan. The keeper is Jackson Irvine, 33 years of age now. Plenty of experience. Hurried clearance from Sanchez. Australia win it back. Something for Toure to chase. Maybe a chance for Australia, and the shot comes in from distance. That was easy for Edson Alvarez to block. Speculative effort. Mexico come the other way. Luis Romo, a support, left hand side. Luis Chavez. Mateo Chavez. Crossing opportunity from Mateo Chavez, but it's hit his own player. It's hit Luis Chavez. And Harrington cleared for Australia, but Mexico will come again. Time and space, middle of the pitch, Luis Romo. This time Martinez wants a free kick, doesn't get one. Australia come down the right hand side, but the defender does well. Vasquez to get across. Mexico have been quite tidy in tight areas tonight. Just kept the ball away from Australia for the large part. Luis Romo. Vasquez. Alvarez brings it away. Mexican skipper can't play in central midfield, but centre back tonight. Mexico again just content to keep a hold of possession, keep it away from the visitors. Alvarez, long ball this time is intercepted. Here's a chance for Australia, but they can't keep a hold of it. Heavy touch this time from Matthew Leckie in midfield. He turns it straight back to the Mexicans. Luis Romo. Mexico come down this left hand side where there's space. Mateo Chavez, but the flag's gone up on the far side. Mateo Chavez offside. Substitutes warming up for Mexico. Really named 4 substitutes, I think, tonight, Mexico. Earlier on, I struggled a little bit to give you the list of Mexican substitute players, and maybe that's why. Still trying to get the bottom of that. Another loose pass from Leckie. And Alessandro Sacati has to chase back and head back to Matty Ryan. Harrington. Harrington plays in the arrest. It's in the MLS with Colorado Rapids. Lucas Harrington. Irvine. Australian pass just isn't crisp. Again, Irvine knocks that back to the keeper, but it's bouncing ball. He doesn't really want it there. Shooter goes long. One touch from Toure. Possession surrendered. Shooting chance from a long way out. It's not a bad effort from Fidalgo. Matty Ryan went across to his right hand side and made the save. Fairly comfortable stop for the veteran. Was an effort on target from Alvaro Fidalgo. Australia come down the left hand side. Now here's an opportunity. Oh, it's another poor touch. It was Jordan Boss who made the break. Was away from his defender, but just overran the ball with his first touch. Allowed Alvarez to come across and clear. Just about to hit the final minute of the 45 regulation here in the first half. Mexico leading by a goal to nil. Sacati out to Harrington. Into Aidan O'Neill. Australia heading in the wrong direction though. Suter. Not sure Sacati wanted that there. Mexico eventually let Australia off the hook by committing a foul. Connor Metcalf was the man fouled. Harrington takes the restart for Australia, gets it back off Sakati. Harrington wide left, goes for the little one too. Defender gets across, gives it back to Rangel. Rangel clears long over the halfway line. Out for a throw-in to Australia. We are into the first of 3 minutes of stoppage time here. Long ball forward, chance for Toure to chase. Sliding tackle is made by the goal scorer, Johan Vasquez. Throwing for the Aussies, right down in front of Javier Aguirre's technical area. Aguirre in his third stint as the Mexican manager. He's really pulled this team round as well. They were not in a good position when he came in. Oh, a horrible mistake, and he has a chance. And Australia have missed an absolute sitter. Mohamed Toure has missed an open goal from the edge of the penalty area to level things up. Has to score. Absolute open goal from Mohamed Toure. Long ball over the top. The keeper comes to get it. Mateo Chavez doesn't see him. Heads the ball away from the goalkeeper. And Mohamed Toure is 20 yards out. Has got the entire goal to aim at. And has put the ball wide of the left-hand post. Massive chance for Mohamed Toure. And a huge let-off for Mexico, which really should be going in level at half-time here. Having completely dominated the game. Australia have just been gifted the chance to equalise and weren't able to take the gift. It was a terrible piece of defending from Mateo Chavez. He played everybody on side. He was the only one who dropped off. So he played everyone on side, and then obviously no communication between himself and Raul Rangel. We're at the final minute of stoppage time. Mateo Chavez going the other way. In possession. Finds Alexis Vega. Johan Vasquez. Mexico just going to keep hold of possession at the back until we get the half-time whistle by the looks of it. Vasquez just puts a foot on the ball, and there is the half-time whistle. We've reached the break here in the Rose Bowl, Pasadena. It's pretty much gone to form almost exactly as you'd expect. Mexico at around about 80% possession. Australia were compact and organised. And then the goal from the set piece. Alexis Vega swung the corner and Johan Vasquez with the header. It was 1-0 to Mexico. And then a golden opportunity for Mohamed Toure. Defensive mix-up for Mexico. Mohamed Toure somehow contrived to put the ball wide of the post with the net at his mercy. Half time here in Pasadena. It is Mexico 1, Australia 0. Welcome back, everybody, to a hot and humid California. We're at the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena. We're at half-time in this international friendly. It is Mexico 1, Australia 0, 28th minute header from Johan Vasquez. The difference on the score sheet between the two teams, the difference in actuality, is that Mexico dominated possession and territory. Australia very compact, happy to defend. Didn't show too much in the way of an attacking threat until they did miss an absolute sitter. Mohamed Toure missed a completely open goal from about 20 yards out, right in the shadow of half-time, after a mix-up between Mateo Chavez and Raul Rangel. Substitutes. I'd say one substitution being prepared for Mexico. And it looks like maybe two substitutions. Jimenez might be one. And then Huerta. Looks like it could be the other one. So Guillermo Ochoa is going to come on in goal, wearing number 13. Veteran keeper is on. Bit of a coin toss at the moment whether or not Ochoa starts in goal or whether it'll be Raul Rangel. Ochoa gets an absolutely unbelievable reception, by the way, and takes the captain's armband too. Number 21, Cesar Huerta, is on. It's taken a while for everyone to get organised. I'll try and confirm those substitutions when I get the opportunity. Martin Ayala is on. Sorry, Martinez is off. And he's replaced by Santiago Jimenez, wearing number 11. So it's a change up front for Mexico. Guillermo Martinez is replaced by Santiago Jimenez. Australia have a corner kick here. Far side, right hand side. Australia were attacking the goal away to our left hand side. Big old crowd scene around the edge of the penalty area. Harry Suter stands out an absolute mile in there, about a foot bigger than anybody else. So Catty now getting involved in a little bit of silliness with Luis Romo. Edson Alvarez just trying to calm things down. It's all entirely unnecessary. Reyes, the substitute, is on, by the way. Now the corner comes in, cleared away by Mexico. It was Santiago Jimenez who made the clearance. Cross comes in towards the back post, and he has a chance. Oh, and Irvin gets it away. Shot from distance. Good save. Ochoa immediately into the action. That was half a chance, firstly, for Mohamed Toure, who couldn't quite get his shot off. And then the shot was eventually taken from a long way out. Save from the goalkeeper. Jorge Sanchez is off. He's been replaced by Israel Reyes. Cross comes in. Ochoa kind of flaps at that one. Australia have started the second half well here. It shows had more to do in 2 minutes than Rangel had to do in 45. Here come Australia again, left-hand side. Jordan Boss. Little step over. Drops it off to Metcalf. Boss gets it back. Boss trying to make room for the shot. Lost it, but Metcalf tidies up. Has to give it back to Harrington. Ball with Harry Shooter. Nice little turn in the middle of the pitch. By Aidan O'Neill. Ball played forward for Toure to chase. It shows off his line and out of his penalty area to clear well. Again called into action, but Australia have it back. Down the right hand side. Leckie looks for Toure. Toure heads it down. Maybe could have gone forwards with that. Jordan Boss has it. Boss with a cross. That's easy. Boss has it back. Really lively start to this second half from the Aussies. Boss goes for the little 1-2 with Metcalf, but it was blocked off that time by a Mexican defender. Seen a replay of that shot. It was Matthew Leckie who struck it from a long way out. It was fairly comfortable for Guillermo Ochoa to deal with. Mexico have it, they lead 1-0. We've played 5 minutes of the second half. Australia have already shown much better attacking intent. Tony Popovich has obviously sent them out with a few different instructions, try and create a little bit more offensively. Mexico on the attack, left hand side, Alexis Vega. Back to Luis Chavez. His ball wide was looking for Cesar Huerta. And now was a chance. And Toure is in behind the defence. He's got one man to beat. Toure looking for support. Oh, can't quite find his man. It was good centre forward play initially from Mohamed Toure. Won the ball. Beat one defender. Held it up. Couldn't quite find the pass. Aidan O'Neill back to Harrington. Tony Popovich, ex-Crystal Palace man. Aussie manager, arms folded, edge of his technical area. He'll be delighted with the start the Socceroos have made to the second period. Aidan O'Neill turns it round the corner. This is really good from Australia. They've got runners everywhere. Looks for Jordan Boss. Boss is just inside the defender and the free kick has been given. I think that's the correct decision. It's also a yellow card for one of the half-time substitutes, Cesar Huerta. Boss had got the wrong side of Huerta. It was in a dangerous position. And a bit of a tangle of legs and Boss went down, but with Huerta coming from behind, it was always going to be given as a free kick. Free kick for Australia is left of centre. About 25 yards out. Couple of options here. Standing over the ball. Connor Metcalf's one. Aidan O'Neill is the other. Ball played in towards the back post. Headed down. Oh, and it's into the hands of Ochoa. Looked for a minute like it might loop over the Mexican goalkeeper. All action is Guillermo Ochoa since his introduction. It's an injury to the usual goalkeeper Maligan that's left the door open for Ochoa's return here. So he split shift tonight with Raul Rangel. So a decision to be made by Javier Aguirre. Luis Romo. Mexico come down the right hand side. Huerta this time. The chance to attack, but loses out to Jordan Bosch. Bosch as well. Harrington and Aidan O'Neill. Throw into Australia. Midway inside their own half. Bosch. That's for Jackson Irvine. Toure does well. Australia good possession. Ball forward for Toure. Might just have gone offside. He's fouled. Oh, and he wants a free kick and he doesn't get one. Oh, he does get a free kick. I think Toure was complaining about the yellow card possibly. I think it's Israel Reyes who fouled him. It's a definite foul. I don't think Mohamed Toure may have been offside. It must have been tight. But Mohamed Toure been much more involved in this second half too. So you want to make amends for that absolute open goal that he missed in the first half. Mohamed Toure plays his football with Norwich City in the English second tier. Similar colours. It's to his club side and his country side. The green and gold. Free kick. This one's about 30 yards out. It's on the left hand side. It's going to be another cross in from O'Neill. And Suter might get there. Can't do so. It's come off the defender. It's going to be a corner kick for Australia, who continue to push here in the opening 10 minutes. Alvarez got the final touch on that. Corner kick to Australia. O'Neill has gone across. Suter's gone down on the penalty spot. Wrestling with Luis Romo again. Now the corner comes in. That's poor, cleared away. Australia have it back though. Chance on that far side. O'Neill into the penalty area. He's just overran the ball. Out for a goal kick to Mexico. And a chance for the Mexicans just to regroup. I think they made 4 changes at half time and they just haven't clicked since the start of this second period. Just look like they're about to make a couple more changes too. Goal kicks taken. Mexico have it left hand side. Santiago Jimenez can't control it. Australia have it back. Jordan Bosch, who's been much more lively in this second half. Suter goes for the big diagonal up the right hand side. Headers won over there by Mateo Chavez. Throw into Australia. 15 yards inside the Mexican half. We have got, the risk of being cliche, a Mexican wave going round the Rose Bowl here. It's largely partisan. I'd say about 99.9% Mexican supporters inside the Rose Bowl this evening. Oh, 1 or 2 Aussie shirts dotted about. Long ball. Looking for Boss. Huerta. It's kind of caught underneath it. Oh, we're about to see a million changes, by the way. By Mexico. I will try and keep you abreast. Javier Aguirre hasn't quite settled on his squad yet. Final squad announcement not made. Mexico have another friendly against Serbia later this week. Having already beaten Ghana 2-0 a few days ago. Jackson Irvine. I reckon Australia have had more touches of the ball already in this second half than they did in the entire first half. Toure running the right-hand channel this time. Really good defending from Alvarez. Then Toure gets the ball back off him but fouled him. Not happy at all, Mohamed Toure. Gives the referee an earful. I think he's a little bit unlucky, Toure, as well. Just speaking to Mateo Chavez over there, the two laughing a bit. Now we see some changes, and on comes... Oh my goodness. Lira is on for Alvarez. Mora is on for Vargas. Quinones is on. And Aguila is off, and Montes is on. So 4 substitutions. Cesar Montes is one. And he's joined by Mora, Lira and Quinones. We are back underway. Mexico in possession. Right hand side, a first touch. For the man who just came on that right hand side, Gilberto Mora. Cesar Montes. Back to Mora. Switch out to the left hand side, is way overhit. Gallardo was the target over there. Another just off the bench. Going over onto that left hand side. There's Gallardo. Ball back with the Australian goalkeeper, Matty Ryan. Plays his football for Levante in Spain. Toure is fouled again. That's a really clumsy bit of defending from Cesar Montes. Toure causing a few problems here in the second half. Tony Popovic obviously trying to get more of a run into this 11. He's made no substitutes. I counted 9 so far. Another foul. This one's on Jacob Italiano. It's maybe a clash of heads, or I think Italiano maybe got a knee in the side. Wasn't too much in it. Jesus Gallardo was the man. for Mexico who made the tackle. 62 on the clock here. And the first Australian substitutions being prepared by Tony Popovich. Got an hour into the legs. Jackson Irvine out to the right hand side for Italiano. Little 1-2. It's for Leckie. Leckie's first touch tonight's been horrible on occasions. Here come Australia, right hand side. No foul. One back though by Aidan O'Neill. Jackson Irvine. Little 1-2 with O'Neill. Suter. So this left hand side. Harrington. Harrington looks for Toure, but Montez read that and just downward header. Mexico have it with Eric Lira. Lira. Going into that little CDM role. Edson Alvarez was playing centre back, but he's replaced by Montez, and Lira's gone into that guard dog position for the Mexicans. Gallardo tries to turn it around the corner for Quinones. Can't do so. Throw into Australia. Mexico have it back though. Goal scorer Johan Vasquez, only goal of the game. That downward header from the Vega corner separates the two sides. But Ochoa is going to go long. Nothing there for Jimenez. Australia win it back. Harrington scoops it up in the air. Vasquez hits it down for Gallardo. Lira. Lira with a long ball, pretty aimless though, and Matty Ryan comes out of his goal. I'm just got a bump on the head there, did Matty Ryan, as Cesar Huerta chased him down. Oh, got an elbow in the back of the head actually. Cesar Huerta needs to be a little bit careful. Already picked up a yellow card. He only came on at half time. Matty Ryan came out of his penalty area and then decided that he could shepherd the ball back in to his box and pick it up, and as Huerta charged him down, he caught him with the straight arm. It wasn't in any way intentional. I'm going to get substitutions now from Australia. 5 of them, I think. Maybe 6 of them. Aidan O'Neill is off. Matthew Leckie is off. Connor Metcalf is off. And I do not know who else has come off. Junior Ocken Engsler is on, wearing number 20. He's replaced Harry Suter as Ocken Engsler. There's one change for you. Matthew Leckie has been replaced by Brustich as Australia attack. Here's a chance. Must score. Oh, they've missed another sitter. And that is Hrustic. Adstin Hrustic has hit the goalkeeper from 10 yards out, and Australia have to score there. got to do better. Suddenly just opened up. He's only been on the pitch 30 seconds. And Ashton Krustic couldn't beat Ochoa from 10 yards out, and for the second time tonight. Chance goes begging, a really good chance goes begging for the Australians. Mexico still lead by a goal to nil. Truing it was with the ball in. The two substitutes combined. I think defender getting back across there was Israel Reyes. He's only 10 yards out when he hits it. It's a nice little ball in from Kai Truing. And Ajdin Hrustic couldn't finish off. Does have 4 international goals, but should have had a 5th there. And Australia are pushing Mexico here. Australia have been the better side in the second half. Jordan Boss on the half turn. It's a substitute. Velu Pulai, but his ball looking for Toure was intercepted. Not more attacking now. Popovic is gone. Connor Metcalf is one who was replaced by Velupila. Italiano also went off. Picked up a yellow card in the first half. Australia have it on the attack. Ocon Engston to this left hand side, and Bosch is going to have a little run at Cesar Huerta. Had an uncomfortable time, Huerta, since he came on the half turn. Is Paul Ocon Engston again. This is really good football from Australia. Then a loose pass from Sakati. It's out for a throw-in on the far side to Mexico. We're at the final 20 minutes here. Mexico 1, Australia 0. Still no hydration break in this half. Jackson Irvine has it for Australia. Boss thought about the shot, skips away from a challenge, dinks the cross into the back post. It's headed away by Gallardo, and then a poor ball this time from Ocon Engston. And that one is out for a goal kick to Mexico. Mexico have been under the cosh here this second half. Much improved performance for the Aussies. More substitutions. This time from the Mexicans. Vargas is down there, ready to come on. So is Gomez. So they're going to be the two changes. It's like Alejandro Gomez. So, into the final 20 minutes here in Pasadena. Mexico 1, Australia 0 in this World Cup warm-up game. Mexico have it. Here's the goal scorer, Johan Vasquez. Downward header from a corner. In off the post. Good header. Ochoa. Out to Vasquez. Gallardo. Can't get away from Sicati over there. Throw into Mexico. And now we will see the changes. Vargas is going to replace Luis Romo. And Vasquez, the man who did get the goal, his night is done. He's replaced by Alejandro Gomez. And I think that is all 11 players now. Changed for the home side. Haven't seen too much of the youngster Gilberto Mora since he came on. Just 17 years of age, Mora. As the real difference maker, possibly for Mexico. Boss is unlucky, Boss slips. Eric Lira has it. And here comes Quinones for Mexico. Wide to Gallardo, back to Quinones. Quinones moves it on to Mora. Mora goes on the overlap. Wasn't the best pass back to him though by Huerta. And Harrington was sweeping round the back. Obed Vargas, man who's just come on, goes for the little 1-2. A free kick given to Mexico. The Australians didn't agree. Harry Suter it was. It was a foul, just came through the back of Santiago Jimenez. Well, they've taken it quickly. Is the referee going to allow that to stand? Because if he does, it's 2-0, but he's not going to allow it. The referee was paying no attention to what was going on there and setting the wall up. And now it's all kicking off a little bit. Cesar Montes is involved with Mohamed Toure. Mohamed Toure has got quite a bad-tempered figure in this second half. The referee was just trying to set the wall up. Mexico took it quickly and the shot was driven in. And now everybody's having a scrap. It's a bit of a 22-man brawl here. Really no idea what happened. Referee's got his work cut out to sort this out. So there'll be a couple of cursory yellow cards. Ochoa is getting involved. Ochoa, he's a good 80 yards out of his goal, I'd suggest. The Mexicans want an explanation as to why the goal wasn't allowed, but the referee was paying no attention. He hadn't blown his whistle. He was in the middle of the Australian wall, Rubiel Vasquez, the referee. So we will reset and do it all again. And it looks like it might be Gilberto Mora, the young man I was just talking about, who might fancy a strike here. Santiago Jimenez has stood over the ball too. Mora is the right-footed option, Jimenez with a left. You'd think it would suit the right footer. Shot comes in eventually from Jimenez and it hits the wall. Sent back into the penalty area, headed clear by Ocon Engsler. Mexico have it back. This is Mexico's best spell of this second half. Huerta, 1-2. They've lost out. Oh, they get lucky though. Win the ball back. Jimenez sends it wide. Here's Mora. Wider still, left-hand side, Gallardo. Gallardo's going to run at his man, puts a great cross in, and it's headed over the top by Jimenez. So it's not really over the top, it's that bad, it's gone wide, but Huerta can't keep it in. And it's a goal kick to Mexico. To Australia, even. And now, with 12 minutes left, we're having the hydration break, which is a little bit peculiar. You've got to 78 minutes, you might as well crack on, I reckon. Just a reminder of the international friendlies that took place earlier on. Ecuador defeated Saudi Arabia 2-1. South Korea beat Trinidad and Tobago 5-0. South Korea, who will be opponents of Mexico. Load of warm-up games tomorrow as well. Japan play another side who Mexico will take on. Czechia play Kosovo tomorrow. Australia's opponents, the United States, will take on Senegal. So the build-up to the World Cup really ramping up. Toure is going to come off now. He's going to be replaced by Iran Kunda, who scored a couple of goals in Australia's last game. Is off. The second player to be replaced is Jordan Boss. Jordan Boss had a good game. I quite enjoyed watching Boss in the second half. The men coming on. Nestori Iran Kunda, so it's one championship player replacing another. Iran Kunda is on the books at Watford. So Iran Kunda is on. And Aziz Beach from Melbourne City. Takes the field. We are back underway. The clock has run down inside 10 minutes, but there will be that time added back on. Australia have a throw in just outside the Mexican technical area. Berhich gets his first touch, loses out though. Jimenez into the penalty area, goes down, wants a foul. Tried to buy one, he was nowhere near the ball when he decided he wanted to go down. Not a penalty. Jimenez knocks it through the legs of Harrington and then just fell over. Australia under pressure in their own penalty area. Sakati. Ocon Engsler turns away well. Loses out though. Mexico have it back, but now they surrender possession. Neither team want to keep hold of the ball. Here's a chance for Mora. It's forced wide by Berhich. Gives it back to Huerta. Gilberto Mora was offside and he knew he was offside. Before he picked the ball up, he threw his arms in the air at Eric Lira, who just given him the ball back when he didn't want it. Eight and a half minutes left on the clock here in Pasadena. Mexico lead by a goal to nil. Foul on Iran Kunda. Free kick to Australia. Right on the halfway line. Says on Montez. Just went through the back of the Watford man. Ball with Sakati, just inside the Mexican half. Lucas Harrington. Quite a good game, Lucas Harrington, pretty solid. Colorado Rapids man, poor pass from Australia. Lira wins it back for Mexico. Moura loses out. Nearest chance for Australia. Oh, it's a poor ball. Poor ball from Velupilai. Looking for the run of Iran Kunda. And then a foul by Hrustic. As he tried to win it back for Australia. Mexico will gratefully take the free kick. Eric Lira was the man fouled. The ball is with Guillermo Ochoa. Australia really missing Riley McGree, the midfielder, one of the more creative midfielders. Pulled his hamstring in the English Championship playoff final for Middlesbrough against Hull. Disappointing for Riley McGree. Jimenez has just left a little bit on Suter there. Quite a bad-tempered second half, this one. Lots of niggles. Iran Kunda challenges. Gallardo wins it. Australia have it back, though. Ocon Engsler. That's good play. Harrington. Turns back inside. Gives it to Kai Truin. Harrington to Velupilai. Velupilai tried to get round Huerta, was never going to manage that. Huerta's gone to ground, trying to buy himself a free kick. Everyone wants a free kick, and now there's another scrap down this side. As is Behich and Eric Lira getting into it. Behich then thinks better of it. Takes the throw in. Australia get down that right hand side. Hrustic. Chance to put the ball in. It's not a bad cross. It's come to the back post. Iran Kunda went for the bicycle kick. Didn't make contact. Australia had a couple of men around the back there. Neither of them could get on the end of that cross. Four minutes to go. Two more substitutions being prepared by Tony Popovich. I don't know what this achieves. Ball with Reyes. Poor pass. Behich. He has a chance. Shooting opportunity. Edge of the box. Hrustic plays the ball in. Oh, and there's another missed chance. That one was by Kai Truin, I think, over on the far side. It was only about 16 yards out. It was a good ball from Hrustic. The first shot just got away from Kai Truin. Mexico have lived on their nerves in this second half. Australia have made a really good fist of this. Probably should have played with a bit more adventure in the first place. That would be my conclusion. We saw Arsenal play without an awful lot of adventure in the Champions League final earlier on today. Two and a half of the 90 to go. Australia still have a couple of changes being prepared. Whether they'll get on or not, as the ball will go out to play for them, I don't know. Ball played round the corner. Jackson Irvine has made a run down the right hand side. Good footwork for Irvine. Into Iran Kunda. Irvine gets it back. Ball through is cleared away. Oh, I thought that was going to drop. Velupilai had made the run. Australia come again. Sakati. Ocon Engstler, wide to Harrington, left-hand side. Suter. Ocon Engstler has it in the centre circle. Finds Harrington. This is tidy from Australia. Nishan Velupillai. Suter again. A little bit of the impetus just gone out of this Australian attack. Sakati on the half turn. That's good. Krustic finds Irankunda. Irankunda tries a little flip-flap running at Israel Reyes. Good defending from Reyes. And a foul eventually. And Mexico can relieve the pressure, and we'll see the changes. Cameron Burgess is going to replace Harrington. And the final substitution wearing number 38 for the Socceroos is our Mobile. Man who plays at Castellon in Spain. 10 international goals, Mobile. An 11th one here. Might just nick his side a draw. So we're about to hit 90 minutes here in Pasadena. It's Mexico 1, Australia 0. Ball edge of the penalty area. Here's a chance for Huerta. Oh, good save. Matty Ryan came out to meet him. Back to Eric Lira. And Eric Lira's, I think that's a shot. I see it bouncing up a set of steps behind the goal away to the left-hand side. Flag had gone up anyway against Gilberto, against Cesar Huerta, sorry. We're into 5 minutes of stoppage time here at the end of this one. Foul by Irankunda. Or maybe a handball. Yeah, it looks like a handball as it dropped out the sky. Irankunda challenge with Israel Reyes. Harry Suter was the other man who went off. He was replaced by Cameron Burgess. Chua clears long and right-footed. Waiter can't challenge. Behic will take the throw in for Australia. Just hacked out the play for another throw in. Javier Aguirre looks rather agitated. Just outside his technical area. Ball back with the Chua. Towards Gallardo. Poor pass that from Mexico. Australia have it back. Chance maybe to make one more opportunity. That's good play. Mobile. Lots of men forward here for Australia. Down the channel goes Mobile. He's in the penalty area. Turns away, look for support. Has it through Krustic. Adam Krustic on the half turn. Picks his head up. Gives it out to Burgess. Behic. Again, Australia keeping hold of the ball, but just going backwards with every touch. Ocon Engstler. Burgess. Australia can't get a forward pass here. That's a better ball. Mobile. Ball into the penalty area. It was a good idea. It was looking for the run. Irankunda. Australia have it back after the clearance from Mexico. Still probing. Down the right-hand side goes Mobile, but he's not going to get there. And Alejandro Gomez just sees it out for a goal kick. Team Mexico, who are within sight of the finishing line here. "90 seconds of the 90 minutes left to go. Mexico 1, Australia 0. Although Australia will be by far happier with this second half. Tony Popovich will have food for thought after this. Both coaches will have. Australia still searching for that equaliser. Poor pass, can't control by Velu Pillai. Velu Pillai then fouls Cesar Montes. In fact, I think it was Obed Vargas who went down. Free kick to Mexico. Can't imagine Aguirre will be thrilled with this performance. First half was good. The half-time changes, they never recovered from those four. The four half-time changes, Australia immediately started on the front foot. And that really was the end of Mexico as a cohesive unit. A little bit of cramp over there for Alessandro Sacati. Behic. We're into the last few seconds of this one. Cameron Burgess. Long ball forward. Chance maybe into the penalty area, and it's going to go out for a corner kick. The referee's going to allow Australia to take this. And I think he is. One more chance for Australia to nick an equaliser here. Mabil is the man who's going to swing it in. No, he isn't. It's Irankunda who's across. Irankunda. They've taken it short, which is nuts because the time's up. Ball into the penalty area, headed away. And there is the final whistle. It's all over here in Pasadena in this World Cup warm-up game. Popovich and Aguirre give a warm shake of the hand. Mexico have beaten Australia by 1-0. Johan Vasquez with the goal, headed from a Alexis Vega corner on 28 minutes. Mexico dominated the first half. Australia much the better side in the second half. Both teams plenty to build on with the World Cup a matter of days away. It's finished here in the Rose Bowl, Pasadena. Mexico 1, Australia 0.